Have you ever walked into a room full of people and still felt completely invisible? Have you ever tried to be nice, polite, even interesting, and yet somehow people just didn't connect with you? Why do some people effortlessly attract friendships while others struggle, no matter how hard they try? And what if I told you that most advice about making friends is not just incomplete, but actually misleading? This is not another just be yourself video, because if being yourself was enough, you wouldn't be here. This is why it sucks to try making friends in today's world, and more importantly, how psychology actually explains influence, connection, and attraction. Let's start with a harsh truth. Most people are not struggling to make friends because they lack personality. They are struggling because they misunderstand human nature. We like to believe friendships are built on kindness, honesty, and shared interests. But psychology tells a deeper story. Human connection is driven by perception, emotional impact, and subconscious patterns that most people are completely unaware of. And that is exactly why it sucks. Because you can be a good person and still be ignored. You can be helpful and still be forgotten. You can be interesting and still not be chosen. So what actually works? First, understand this. People are not drawn to who you are. They are drawn to how they feel around you. This is called emotional association. The brain constantly links people with feelings. If someone feels good around you, they will want more of you. If they feel bored, judged, or uncomfortable, they will slowly distance themselves, even if you did nothing wrong. So if you want to influence people and make friends, your focus should not be on impressing them. It should be on shaping the emotional experience they have with you. This leads to the first powerful technique: make people feel seen. Most conversations are shallow because everyone is waiting for their turn to speak. Very few people actually listen, and this creates a rare opportunity. When you genuinely listen, reflect, and respond in a way that shows you understand someone's emotions, not just their words, you immediately stand out. For example, instead of saying, "That's cool," you say, "That sounds like something you worked really hard on." Instead of "nice," you say, "You seem really passionate about this." You are not just hearing them, you are validating them, and validation is addictive. Here's the psychology behind it. The human brain craves recognition. When someone feels understood, their brain releases dopamine, creating a subtle reward. They begin to associate you with that feeling. That is influence. Now here, where it gets uncomfortable. Most people try to be liked by being agreeable. They avoid conflict. They say yes to everything. They try to fit in. But this often backfires. Why? Because people don't respect someone who has no boundaries. And without respect, there is no real friendship. So the second technique is controlled authenticity. You don't need to be brutally honest or confrontational, but you do need to express your opinions, preferences, and limits in a calm and grounded way. When you say no without guilt, when you disagree without aggression, when you stand by your identity, you signal confidence. And confidence is one of the strongest attractors in social psychology. But here's the twist. Confidence is not about being loud or dominant. It's about being emotionally stable. If you don't seek approval, people start seeking yours. Now let's talk about something most people ignore: social energy. Every interaction has an energy exchange. Some people drain you, some people uplift you, and unknowingly you are doing the same to others. If you constantly complain, overshare negativity, or seek validation, you create a heavy emotional atmosphere. People may not consciously realize it, but they feel it. On the other hand, if you bring curiosity, lightness, and a sense of ease, people feel relaxed around you. And relaxed people open up. So the third technique is emotional calibration. Before entering any social situation, ask yourself one simple question: what energy am I bringing into this interaction? because your emotional state is contagious. Now let's go deeper into influence. There is a psychological principle called reciprocity. When someone does something for us, we feel an internal pressure to return the favor. This doesn't mean you start doing big favors for everyone. That can actually make people uncomfortable. Instead, use micro-investments. Small acts like remembering someone's name, recalling something they mentioned earlier, or offering a thoughtful comment create a sense of connection. For example, if someone told you they had an important meeting, and later you ask how it went, you instantly show that you care. And caring is rare. This builds trust. And trust is the foundation of influence. But here is where it really starts to suck again. Because sometimes, even when you do everything right, people still don't connect with you. And that's because of something called compatibility bias. Not everyone is meant to resonate with you. And trying to make everyone like you is one of the fastest ways to lose your identity. So the fourth technique is selective investment. Instead of trying to win everyone over, focus on the people who show genuine interest in you. Look for signs. Do they engage with you? Do they ask questions back? Do they make an effort? If not, stop chasing. Because attention should be mutual, not one-sided. And this brings us to a powerful realization. Influence is not about control. It is about alignment. When your personality, energy, and communication style align with someone else, connection happens naturally. You don't need tricks. You don't need manipulation. You just need awareness. Now let's talk about something deeper, the fear of rejection. This is one of the biggest reasons why people struggle to make friends. They overthink what to say, they hesitate to initiate, they avoid expressing themselves. But here, what psychology reveals. Rejection is not as personal as it feels. Often it has more to do with the other person's mood, priorities, or internal state than with you. But your brain doesn't see it that way. It interprets rejection as a threat. It activates the same regions associated with physical pain. That's why it hurts so much. So the fifth technique is reframing rejection. Instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as data. Every interaction teaches you something. What worked, what didn't, what felt natural, what felt forced. This shifts your mindset from fear to curiosity. And curiosity is a much healthier place to operate from. Now here's something most people won't tell you. Making friends is not just about social skills. It is about self-perception. If you believe you are awkward, boring, or unlikable, that belief will leak into your behavior. You will hesitate more, speak less, overanalyze, and unconsciously push people away. So the sixth technique is identity shift. Start seeing yourself as someone who is learning social dynamics, not someone who is bad at them. This small shift changes how you show up, because your behavior follows your identity. And finally, let's talk about consistency. Friendship is not built in one conversation. It is built through repeated positive interactions. This is called the mere exposure effect. The more people see you in a positive context, the more familiar and comfortable they become with you. So don't expect instant results. Show up, engage, follow up, be present. And over time, connections will form. Now let's bring everything together. It sucks because making friends is not as simple as being nice. It requires emotional awareness, confidence, patience, and a deep understanding of human psychology. But once you understand these patterns, everything changes. You stop chasing approval. You start creating connection. You stop trying to impress. You start influencing naturally. And that's when people don't just like you, they remember you. If this changed the way you see social interactions, then you are already ahead of most people. And if you want more deep, honest breakdowns of human behavior that no one talks about, Make sure you subscribe to my channel Untold Psychology.